that sounds good. Oh yeah, what you're about to hear is powered by the men of the square table, who want you to know that the garage fridge is for beer only. Duh. Miller Lite. Good call.
Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Huh? What?
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk show. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon, no. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And I have a letter from a listener, and it goes like this. Tom, my ex-girlfriend keeps calling me. And I need some advice on how to get her to stop. For a year and a half, I lived with my ex and her 2 kids from 2 different fathers. And I was in hell, to put it mildly. My friend Henry advised me to listen to your show. And it took me about 3 months. But with your advice, I got out of that relationship. And now I have my balls back. And I am among the living again. And yes, I am getting laid a lot. In the past 4 weeks, she has seen me with 2 different women. And she did not look very happy on either occasion. The problem I have is that now she has come to realize she had a good thing with me. And she now understands that she was treating me like crap. And she wants to get back together. Imagine that. I do not want to have anything to do with her. And I have told her this. And I have asked her to stop calling me. She, however, does not care that I do not want her to call me, and has been calling me on a regular basis, at least once a day, for 6 months. Sometimes even in the middle of the night. Now, you might say, change your telephone number. But if I do that, she will just increase how much she calls me at work. And I do not want her to cause me embarrassment at work. I never answer any blocked calls or any calls from numbers that I do not recognize. At night, I shut off my ringer so that she does not get the satisfaction of knowing that I am shutting off the phone because of her. I missed a booty call because of shutting off my ringer. So she is still affecting my life. And I do not want to miss out on having a meaningful night of sex again because of her. What can I do to get her to stop calling me? Is there anything legal that I can do? Sincerely, Jim in San Diego. Well, Jim, let's start first of all with your telephonic equipment. Make an investment. Now, I don't know about other phones, and there may be other phones that do this. But I have got a Palm Trio 750. The Palm Trio has a feature on it. Get this. You have your whole phone book in your smartphone. It syncs up with your computer, so if you use like Microsoft Outlook or the Palm software, Palm Desktop, you've got it on your desktop, you've got it on your smartphone. You can sync between the two. My telephone has a setting, and it's on the setting, by the way. It will not ring if a call comes in from a number that's not in my phone book. So the way of solving the problem with turning the ringer off, I don't have to turn my ringer off. If a call comes from a blocked ID, my phone doesn't ring. If a call comes from an unfamiliar number, the phone doesn't ring. And I can change the setting if I need to receive a call on a given night, but most nights I have it set so that the only phone numbers that will ring my phone are phone numbers in my phone book. And the chicks I've said goodbye to, the chicks I've cut off at the knees, their numbers are not in my phone book. What do I need them for? I told you I never pressed the rewind button. Why save that collection of old phone numbers? They're gone. Any number that's not in my phone book doesn't ring my phone. So go to your cellular phone store and ask them for a phone that has that feature. You ever use, instant messenger services like AOL or AIM or Yahoo or MSN or one of those? You know, you can set those up so that you'll only get instant messages from the people on your list. And it'll block everybody else. This won't block everybody else, but what the phone will do is it just won't ring if anybody calls that is not on your approved list. I gotta say that I get this phone call a lot from people, and I get it as email as well. People say, I don't know how to make her stop calling. She won't stop calling. In some cases, I think you guys like the drama. I really do. Because there are technological ways to deal with this, and many of you don't want to deal with them. Why does your chick have your work number? It's ridiculous. If you have a cell phone, why does she need the phone number of your office? So I thought it went without saying, but clearly some of you guys are such boobs. I'm going to have to add this to the mix of things we talk about. Don't ever give your chick your work number, ever. As you might guess, the telephone number to our office here is not 1-800-5800-TOM. When I'm dating somebody, they do not have the phone number to call and talk to Dino off the air. They don't have it. Otherwise, Dean's phone number would ring off the hook. It would be people calling like, I can't believe he's talking about this. That happened to us last night. I know he's talking about it. Tell him to stop talking about that. Dean's gotten these calls a million times. Tell him to take a break right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. I need to talk to him right now. I don't give chicks the phone number to my work. You want to call me at work? The number is 1-800-5800-TOM. Good luck. Seriously, you're idiots. You have a cell phone. Just the way most of you would not give out your landline phone number if you have a landline. Why would you give out the phone number of your office? It's just plain stupid. So if Jim in San Diego had not given out his work number, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He'd be able to avoid all the calls. Just buy a new cell phone that has the feature I talked about, being able to block out the phone ringing from anybody who's not in your phone list. And don't ever take any calls from her. Don't ever, she can't call your office. For Christ's sake, don't let her come to your office. Do not tell her where your office is located. You do not need her coming in there. You do not need any trouble. If you are not married to this broad, don't tell her where you work. Don't you value your job? Do you want someone coming down there and causing scenes? I'm convinced some of you like this stuff. Some of you like a little rockin' and rollin'. Some of you love it. If you really didn't want these broads to harass you, you wouldn't be telling them where you work. You'd be telling them the phone number. Do you think chicks know where my studio is? Dean, when's the last time I brought a woman in here? Since we moved to this studio, there have not been any women in here. Any. If I have dated anyone, they have not been here. I do not say to them, come on down, meet me at the office. No. I don't do it. Because if things don't work out, they might show up again. You may recall I told you about somebody I dated in the not-too-recent past who came over to my house, started ringing the doorbell at 12:30 a.m. and wouldn't stop till 1:15 a.m. What she didn't know was I have a special doorbell that's part of an intercom system. All I have to do is press one button, and I have turned off the doorbell completely. It doesn't ring at all. So she's out there pressing the button and pressing the button. And I have a little camera. I can monitor what's going on at my door, and I see her frantically trying to ring the doorbell, and it's not ringing. But she didn't stop trying. Called my phone hundreds of times from a blocked ID. Guess what? The phone didn't ring. I don't take calls from blocked IDs. It's that simple. When I want them to go away, they go away, and that's it. When I'm done, I'm done. And I'm convinced some of you guys just love the drama. Now, finally, talking about pragmatic advice, Jim, you live in the state of California, and the state of California has stalking laws. We also have laws regarding telephone harassment. If you contact the local police station, do not call 911. Call your local police station or stop by. The folks down at the police station will be happy to show you how to fill out a report and how to take steps to prevent people from harassing you on the telephone. I know about this because of what I do for a living. Every once in a while, some yutz gets my home phone number and starts harassing me. And then he ends up being surprised when the long arm of the law shows up, because I don't take any crap from people. The minute that starts, the investigation begins. That guy who called up and threatened to kill me at 12:30 a.m. a few weeks ago, he may already have seen the police. He hasn't called back since. If you want to get rid of people, you can get rid of them. And I'm not suggesting rubbing them out. What I'm saying is, if you don't want people calling you, if you don't want people knocking on your door, if you don't want people sending you constant emails, there are methods available to get rid of them. I'm not convinced you guys all want to get rid of them. I think you get turned on, you get some kind of perverse pleasure out of chicks constantly coming up and ringing and calling and haranguing and harassing and showing up at your office and stamping their feet and causing scenes. Somehow, deep in my gut, I am convinced a lot of you guys like that stuff. Then you write and you say, oh, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop this. She keeps showing up. What do you mean she keeps showing up? Call the police, you moron. It's California. We have laws against this kind of thing. You may not remember, but in the late 80s, there was an actress named Rebecca Schaefer, sitcom actress. She lived in the Fairfax district here in Los Angeles. And those were the days when anybody who wanted your home address, simply hire a private investigator for a day, you go down to the DMV, get your home address. So one day, Rebecca Schaefer was sitting in her apartment in the Fairfax district. Doorbell rings. The guy says he's got flowers. She comes down to get the flowers, and he blows her away. He got her name and address and phone number from a private investigator. So the laws in California changed, boys. This would be in the early 90s. You no longer have to put your home address on your driver's license. Do you know that? By the way, ever have a chick say, let me see your driver's license? That's not an innocent request to see your bad photo. They want to see what your real date of birth is. They want to check out other things like where you live. You don't want to put your home address on your driver's license. And in California, you don't have to do it anymore. Did you know that? Well, I don't know why you guys make it so easy for chicks to harass you. Giving them keys to your place, giving them passcodes and other information about you, where you work. Stupid! But if you really wanted to stop this stuff, you could. I'm convinced many of you just don't care. Now, if there's others of you who have these problems, I'd like to hear from you front and center right now.
Tom. Kick it up a notch.
Tom.
Oh, yeah, there we go, buddy.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom. 866. Do you care?
Has anybody said I don't care?
Well, you could fake it like you do with orgasm.
I really care. Oh, my God, I care.
You're convincing me. The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. All right, you drama queens. Derek, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Son, how are you?
I'm 34.
No, I didn't say how old are you.
Oh,
I
sorry.
said, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you about yourself?
Great.
Hey, you're saying that you didn't have to have your on your driver's license your address?
In California.
Right. I live in California, so what do you put?
For example, you could put a post office box, or you could get one of these boxes at a UPS store or one of those places, a Kinko's.
Oh, okay.
And
I've run across some pretty psycho girls, and
yeah, take your driver's license, take the address off your driver's license and put another address on there.
okay.
They can't track you down then.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I mean, the thing is, there are so many ways to conceal your identity nowadays. Why do guys give out the address of their office or their phone number or their direct dial number? Why do they do that?
I don't know. I've done some stupid things, too, that way, so.
I know, but really, if you think about it, you want the option of drop-kicking someone through the uprights whenever you feel like it.
Right.
And the way to do that is never give them your work number. Never give them your work address. Try to keep them from coming to your home if you can.
Yeah.
Because then you don't get into this situation. Yeah, and by the way, when I say try to keep them come to your home, sometimes it's impossible to keep them away.
Yeah.
The chick who was knocking at my door and ringing my bell at 12:30 a.m., she had been to my home for a party before anything ever happened between us.
Uh-huh.
So she knew where I lived and showed up, and they're ringing and knocking and wouldn't stop.
Oh, man.
But generally speaking, you want to go to their place.
Right.
You want to know where they are, but you don't want them knowing where you are.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And your office, my God, you could lose your job if some chick came down there and embarrassed the company somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, why do guys do this? Oh, honey, here's my work number, my home number, my cell number, my pager number. I want you to have my direct dial number, my voicemail code. I want you to have my email. No, I want you to have my 6 email addresses, my secret email address, my super secret email address, my double secret probation email address. I want you to have the email address that nobody else has. You'll be the only one who has it. Jennifer's boyfriend at hotmail.com. I mean, why do guys do this?
I don't know. You know, so like I said, I've done the stupid thing of telling girls where I live too. And you know, I'm 34. I've never been married. I have my own house, good job, and no plans to get married right now. I'm just out having fun.
Well, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to keep chicks from getting at your work and your physical place of residence. What are you going to do? Move every time you break up with somebody?
Yeah, exactly.
It's outrageous. Anyway.
That's a good idea. I'm going to have to do that. Maybe we'll go get a P.O. box then.
Get a P.O. Absolutely get a P.O. box. By the way, what's it cost? I went at UPS store. It costs about $300 a year. And then I use it for other things. I'm registered to vote at that address. I mean, I do other things. Where any place they put your name, an address on the public record, I don't put my home address.
That's a good idea.
It all goes to a post office box.
Yeah.
And anytime it's legal to do that, you should do it. Anyway, thanks, Derek.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate the call. Bill, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Bill.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you so much.
All right, so check this out. Years ago, I had this phone, and I didn't have an online account on it. This chick knew my phone number, of course, and then she got online and started an online account and got all the records of everybody I was calling.
There we go.
Yep, and I had no idea. She's looking at it, and then I'm meeting these chicks, and then they never call me back. I talk to them for a little while. I go out for a date, and then they never return my calls.
Uh-huh.
She did this for months before I figured it out.
Yep.
Totally jacked me over, Tom.
How did you figure out your password?
I didn't start an account. She started the account online because she knew my number.
She started the account. That's all she needed.
I never had an online account.
Well, that's amazing. They didn't ask for your Social Security number or any personal information.
She knew my last 4 of my social. I don't know how she figured that out, but she ended up getting that information.
Oh,
Maybe she went through my wallet or something and found it in there.
My God.
It was horrible for a couple months. But that's my story, Tom.
Thank you, Bill.
Can you take me out old school style?
Here's as old as we go.
All right.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Daryl, hello.
Hey, how you doing, Tom? I've been listening to your show for the last 2 weeks, and, like, every topic you talk about, it's about me, man.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, I'm 27 out of Phoenix, and I hear you talking about the cell phone log, and I keep 2 phones. Because the women I want to talk to, I give them the bootleg number, and then when I want to stop talking to them, it's just I don't have to answer the phone. I keep a BlackBerry and an MDA on me, and I just blacklist whoever I don't want to speak to.
Love that.
And I get because I'm married, you know. Been married for the last 2 years. Wife always wants to check my phone, and I keep my life on secure lockdown.
So you have a phone A and phone B.
Yes, phone A, phone B.
Yeah.
And then I heard you don't like MySpace.
No, it's not that I don't like MySpace. It's if your girl is on MySpace, she's talking about the space between her legs. That's what she's talking about.
Well, she has a MySpace account, but I keep my MySpace account in private so that she can't see it. And every so often, she tries to get one of her girlfriends to attach me as a friend.
By the way, you're proving my point. People use MySpace to hook up. That's what they use MySpace for.
I'm going to be truthful for you because I can only get out so often, and it's usually nights.
Yep.
So I just use the MySpace, page to meet girls.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? So, I've been with the wife for about 2 years. She's known I cheated. She know I did. The only reason why I'm staying with her is because I do have a child with her. And for me, it's cheaper to keep them.
But you didn't have to marry her.
Well, I know I didn't have to marry her.
That's a lot more expensive than paying child support.
No, it was easier for me because I'm originally from New York, and I wanted to move to Phoenix, Arizona, but I wanted to have my child close to me at a moment's notice.
Oh, so in other words, she is under the impression you love her.
Yeah, but she knows I cheat.
She knows you cheat, and she stays with you anyway.
If she's told me time and time again, there's no way she's divorcing me.
Wow.
No way. I've lived in Phoenix, Arizona for the last 2 years, and I've cheated on her about 8 times that she knows about.
8 times that she knows about. By the way, how does she bust you?
How does she bust me? Well, occasionally I come home under the intoxication, and I leave either a hotel receipt.
Or DNA evidence?
Yeah, any evidence.
Yeah.
And those are the times that, the times that she catches me is the times that we have blown out arguments, and I get to the point where I don't care if she catches me because she's not going to leave me, so what's the point?
Look at that.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom.
Guess what, little girl? This ain't your father. I don't care what the court says. He's not your father. Your mother's a slut.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. What is it with guys who write these letters and call in? They say, she keeps calling me, Tom. She don't stop. What do I do? She keeps calling me. Charles, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. I have to tell you that I agree with a lot of what you say. A lot of what you say to me seems like just like common sense, and I've been listening to you since you came into Phoenix. I do have to disagree on this point. I don't think it's so much a bad idea to let a girl know where you live, and that might be more situational for me because Phoenix is a very large geographical area. To be honest with you, I don't feel like driving. Let them come to me.
Yeah, but then once they come to you, let's face it, the best chicks in the sack are insane.
Oh, the nutty ones are insane. Oh, the insane ones are the best. The insane ones might even bring a friend once in a while if they've had a couple of drinks in them.
But what happens when you tell the insane one, don't come over here anymore?
Well, that's the key. That's why this might work out for me situationally because I'm an hour drive away. So an hour drive to my house, she's going to hang out for a couple hours and have some fun, or she can come to my house for an hour, bang on the door. It's the kind of situation, does she really want to drive an hour just to yell at me? Usually, at that point, they're angry enough for them to stay home and just leave me mean text messages and nasty voicemails, and those get deleted as soon as I hear whose voice it is.
Yeah, but when they ring your doorbell, when they knock at the door, when they come around and try to knock on your windows or look inside, what do you do about that?
Well, I guess I've been lucky. The worst I've had is someone's coming to my house and just leaving me a nasty note on my windshield. So I guess I've been lucky. I just can't...
How about the ones who try to damage your car? Key your car, break the windshield? I mean, we've heard reports of all of those things.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of where you got to do a little bit of homework before you decide that this is the kind of sled you want to hook up with or not. Because...
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to if you go to their place.
Well, see, there's borderline insane, and then there's just plain insane. There's the normal girl who just has low self-esteem where you can tell her whatever she wants to hear.
Nobody would pick plain insane. Everybody who's picked an insane chick thought she was only, like, moderately crazy. Or they had no idea. Like this chick I had ringing my doorbell at 12:45 a.m. I knew she had I knew she had a touch of something going on, but I didn't think that she was that crazy.
Well, if I were to quote you, I would say, whose fault is that, Tom? You doesn't sound like you did your homework.
But again, first of all, had she not been to my home for a party, she would never have known where I lived.
Oh, yeah, I agree. The thing is, once you find the insane ones, you go to their house a couple of times. This is exactly what let me explain in more detail, I guess, what I'm talking about. You go to their house a couple of times. That way you could, besides feeling them up, you could feel them out and figure out the level of insanity and the standard girl you're talking about. And at that point, you decide, do I want to continue this? Or is this girl just crazy enough to be able to come to the house and have fun, but not too crazy, which is going to do...
See, I think the risk you run when you talk to chicks too much is that they think you give a rat's ass about them. And then they start acting like girlfriends.
It's typical. You just ask them questions and they'll tell you.
My whole thing is I want to get them between the sheets as soon as I can, and then I want to drop kick them if I'm done with them.
Yeah, if you're done with them, but then again, I've seen Anchorman once, and I thought it was funny, and I've seen it every other time it's on cable, too. Sometimes you want to go back to that well. The point I'm making is, what happens is you go to their house, and women love to talk, even if they're self-incriminating. They love to talk. So you can ask them in a playful way, what's the most psycho thing you ever did? And they'll pretty much tell you. And they'll say, well, once in high school, I let all the air out of my boyfriend's tires. Okay, that's a problem. No. But if I say...
I think every chick did something like that at some point in time.
Yeah, but maybe not to that extreme.
Now, you're gonna, and then,
as far as telling people where you work,
I'm more concerned with what they do at 28 years old than 18.
Well, I don't know if I'd even talk to someone who was 28 years old between you and me.
That's a whole other story. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Austin on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Father.
Son.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
I got a good story for you, pal. An ex-girlfriend of mine somehow got a hold of my Social Security number, and what she did was outrageous. First, she started off with my T-Mobile account, created that, started checking my text messages, recent calls, all kinds of stuff. The final straw was that one day I told her I was sick, and I was going to go off my buddy because she was real controlling. So she created a Wells Fargo account for me. Saw that I took out $300 on that day, which I went to the strip club, and that was the final straw, gave her the boot to the curb.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe that?
Yes. But you see, that kind of confirms everything I'm telling you. Don't tell chicks anything about you if you can avoid it.
Oh, trust me, I did.
Your cute middle name that nobody knows, or your home address, or what your Social Security number is, or don't show them your driver's license. Just stay away from that stuff.
Oh, absolutely, Father. You know, long-time listener, sir, would you just take me out Cheech and Chong style, pal?
Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. James on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yo, Tom.
Yo.
Tom, let me lay it straight, man. We need these crazy broads.
Why?
Tom, these are the broads. I mean, a booty call's one thing, but these are the broads that when you're like laying in bed at 4 in the morning with pneumonia and feel like getting your shoes shined, this is the...
But the bottom line here is you want to be at their place You want them to believe your name is Mr. Smith, and you do not want them knowing where you work.
No, definitely leave the jobs.
This is the part I don't understand. These guys are me, well, I'm afraid she's going to embarrass me at work. How the hell does she know where you work?
That's right. You're supposed to be lying to them anyways, damn it.
Well, even if you don't have to tell them your phone number at the office. Say, hey, I'm giving you my cell phone number. You don't need to call me at the office. Or, I can't get personal calls at the office. Here's my cell phone. You can call me while I'm at work. You don't say, oh, let me give you my home number, my cell number, my pager number, my work number, my second work number, my next telephone at work. The guys are just like, they've got diarrhea of the mouth, and they keep giving out numbers. I just don't understand it.
Tom, those are the short-time listeners, brother.
No doubt about that, James. Thank you. Aaron, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Great.
All right, I think I'm convinced. I like a lot of these guys that do it because they just like the attention. That's all it is. They like.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I think these guys are just little drama queens.
Exactly.
Who just love seeing these chicks fussing over them.
Exactly. I know plenty of guys. They can't really. They'll get a girl occasionally, a hot chick. You know, they'll purposely do that. So she'll show up and they can brag to their friends. Hey, look, I got this hot girl. At my beck and call, doing anything I want. So that's what it is. I think it's the attention. They're attention whores.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, Tom. Take it easy, man.
Thank you. Mike, hello.
Yo, Tom.
Great.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right.
All right. Been with my wife since high school, and went through a bad time a few years back. Ended up having an affair with a school teacher. And, God, I wish I would have listened to your show back then. She kept everything, Tom. Every email sent, every voicemail left. And tried to destroy my life, gave it all to my wife.
Wonderful. There you go.
I told her that I wanted to resurrect my marriage and stay together with my wife.
So how'd your wife react to that? Is she gone now?
No, we actually went to counseling and, got it all back together, but it was a hard year. And she just, even after my wife told her to leave us alone, she tried to actually get a job at my work.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did she pull it off?
No, I actually, I saw her going up for her interview and made a couple phone calls to friends to stop that from happening.
Unbelievable. That's outrageous. Can't believe that.
What's up, Rex? You making your Pro Bowl picks on your phone?
Yeah, Moose. You?
Just finished. Can't believe some of these guys are voting for themselves.
I know. How cheap is that?
Real cheap, man.
Hey, I'll vote for you if you vote for me.
Done.
Now you can make your Pro Bowl picks from just about anywhere with NFL Mobile from Sprint. Text PRO to 7777 with your Sprint or Nextel service, or go to NFL.com to vote. Plus, you can follow your favorite players all season long with NFL Mobile.
Offer ends 12/15/06. Standard text messaging and data rates apply. Available on select phones. Coverage not available everywhere. Restrictions apply.
1-800. The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Michelle, hello.
Hi there, Tom.
Hi there.
Well, I was just wondering what you thought, about, it's obvious what you think about, doing all that stuff, like avoiding chicks and everything with the numbers. And I was just wondering, don't you kind of feel like that's bad karma? I'm not saying it's right for people to do that, to harass people when people don't want to be bothered, but I just feel like maybe if you just only use the chicks that want to be used and leave the chicks alone that don't want to be used.
Let me give you an example. This chick who came to my house at 12:45 a.m., we were having fun. We were having a good time, seeing each other, having a few drinks, having sex, hanging out in bed all day, blah, blah, blah. And as she spent time with me, she started to complain about things about my life, like the fact that I go to 41 hockey games a year, or the fact that I work sometimes till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, or the fact that I go out to have dinner with clients. She actually went so far as to tell me, can't you just blow work off today? Or can't you just, like, not do commercials after your show is over? Can't you just leave? And so I wrote her a letter, and it was not mean. I wrote a letter with 5 bullet points. And I said, here are the things about me that are never going to change. And I named hockey and devotion to my work and going to lunch with clients, sometimes dinner, etc. So I said, I just don't think I'm going to be able to make you happy. I'm sorry, Tom. That's all I did. There's no bad karma there. I was being completely honest.
But, I mean, the statements like getting what you want and then, like, drop kicking them and all.
Well, I don't tell them that.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to be drop kicked. I mean, at least if they want to be used.
Guess what? If this chick did not complain about who I was as a person and what I was like, I'd probably still be seeing her now.
Oh, I see.
But when you start complaining about me, maybe I'm not the guy for you. Maybe it's time to go. Don't be coming to my house at midnight and ringing the doorbell for an hour.
The Tom Leykis Show.